Hello out there, Ruthless Nation, as we're bringing you another Thursday night of action. And tonight it's going to be from Iowa, as we'll see the Pro Series drivers take on the Skew Car 200, as we'll be calling it tonight. And Yeti Nation got Trav Nations back tonight already. But yeah, so it's going to be from Iowa. We're just waiting on these guys to finish up qualifying, which should not take long, as they're being pretty quick with the lobbies here with all the issues that has tended to take over. So I'm going to take a moment to fix my notification settings so I give you the best viewer experience. Alright. So we'll see. Yeah, so qualifying is finishing up right now, actually. So, yeah, let's go over to the Discord and check out the points situation for the Pro Series standings in Season 2 Pro. And as of right now, as it stands after Chicagoland, Typical got the pole, the Stage 1 and Stage 2 flags, but the race winner was Elvin, who got his first Ruthless Racing win in that race from Chicagoland. Typical is leading the points with 2 wins as of right now. Elvin follows him with his 1 win. Typical with 19 playoff points, Elvin with 6. Nomad follows up with his Daytona win at 153 and 5 playoff points. And then to the non-winners, it is Hamlin, Hollywood, and his 2 playoff points. Portal, Death Before Dishonor, Big Ben, Shepard, Henyo, Dunlap, and G-Dog. And then we hit the playoff cutoff line, which has Innotown 9 points off of G-Dog, Jonathan, and Travis, and Jared, all below the cutoff line. Typical is winning in that 2 car in the owner's points, followed by Elvin, and then Hamlin Nation, and then the 88 of Hollywood, and the 47 of Portal. That's your top 5 in the owner's points. Looks like we're getting ready, and I am ready. So we're getting ready to get racing. Alright. Waiting for these guys to, looks like qualifying is over. I will try to get you that qualifying order, though, as soon as they pop back out there to the lobby. At least get you the pole sitter, as we don't get that very often. Waiting for my invite and join message, as I can just about time it there. Let's see. And as you would have guessed it, Typical takes the pole. And second place went to Hamlin Nation. Third to Elvin Priest. Cannot see fourth place. And fifth went to Jonathan in the 9. Let's see. Fourth place was Shepard. So, Shepard always qualifies rather well. He seems like he's always up there in the top 5. Been up on the front row plenty of times this season. Just finds himself into bad situations later on in these races. Another thing is this is a Skew Car 200. Alan Cartel, #1 fan out here. Once again, good to see him. Okay, Alan. Uh, Understood. Yeah, totally rooting for Travis as well. Rooting Hollywood? I don't know. Can't disagree with that Travis guy, though. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, thank you, Alan. That's much appreciated. I greatly appreciate that. Trav Nation starting 11th. I think he's right about being good on the longer runs. I don't know if he's using B New motors this week or not. I'm getting weird notifications. Hollywood invited me to play a game. Alright, looks like the lobby's still paused on their end for the moment. Don't know if they're waiting on anybody. I think we might be only a 15 car field tonight. As a few people had to miss, so we will have some fill-ins tonight. As if I get some people mixed up at first, stick with me. I will get it straightened out eventually. But for the moment, I only see Ed though as in the 19 tonight, so we'll call him Ed for the evening. And yeah, that's all I'm seeing for the moment. But we'll wait for these guys to join in now. Alright, shout out to Ed though for the stream in race. Edward Thompson on YouTube. Thank him for the in race stream that'll give me all the lap and stuff like that. Appreciate everybody who watches, and don't forget that on March 30th we will have our 500 subscriber diecast giveaway event, and the winners will be announced the following pro-am race. So you will enter on Thursday, figure out on the following Tuesday. All right, so here we go to the line. Typical is your pole sitter, and we'll watch them come down into turn one just like this. Hamlin Nation out on the outside in the 20, and the 51 of Elvin Priest in third. And as you can see, Typical works both lanes very early. Hamlin Nation kind of pinned up there on the outside for now, having to race door to door with Elvin pretty heavy at the moment. As always, greatly appreciate everybody who comes through. SKU Car is here for the SKU Car 200 tonight. If you saw the race promotional poster on the YouTube page, this is the SKU Car 200. Very corn-themed graphic this week. Elvin works himself up into second, getting around Hamlin Nation. Shepard staying right where he started, but goes up, gets some wall here. Unfortunate, as he's going to grab some of that wall, and he's going to allow the 9 of Jonathan to possibly get some inside leverage on him. Didn't get there. He had to sneak back up and tuck in behind him. Shepard looks like he's battling a little bit of a tight car maybe, as he seems to be stuck out there on the high side. Jump back up here to second place in the 51 of Elvin Priest. He is tucked in behind Typical in that 2. Typical, maybe a man with revenge after the end of last week, as he felt like he was pinched there on the last lap, maybe have cost him the streak that he was on. And yeah, so maybe he's a man on a mission to maybe try to redo that. Elvin may be having some issues. Going to allow Hamlin Nation, someone who has been quite the consistent driver here in the Pro Series so far. I'm just waiting for him to get him a win of his own. A pit road penalty at Richmond, I think, is all that kept him from winning that race. Yeah, SKU Car, you got it, man. Appreciate everybody who's coming in, chilling out. This is the SKU Car 200 from Iowa. This is your Ruthless Racing Pro Series right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube. And right now you're watching a battle for second. Right now 1, 2, 3 is all MFF people. You can see most of this field lines up to single file rather quickly. As we watch that battle there for around 5th, it is quite the battle. Let's see if, I'm not sure if that's Henyo and his 22 tonight or not. One Fast Bean once again filling in that 11 car of Eneltown's. Dunlap out there in the 24 once again. Hollywood on the inside in the 88. So he finds himself back here battling with this for the top 5. Oh, One Fast Bean, I believe Bricks Loose coming out of 2. And that's going to be a theme tonight, I do believe. Nomad there in the 8. Driving that nice 8 scheme I like this 8 scheme. Yeah, it is Henyo there in the 22 this evening. And we'll try to get you a lap count as we get back around here. Hey, we got some more Trav Nation in here. There he is. Oh, we got one getting low and slow going into the pits already. Don't know if they're going to try to play a short one here. Maybe counting on no cautions here. There's Trav Nation right there. He's having a good run so far. He's finding himself up here. He's going to be battling for a top 5 amongst this crowd here. Let's see, where's he? He's passing Dunlap right now off the tail Hollywood. Gives Hollywood a nice little bump in there. See if he can roll through the corner with him. Oh, he's going to tag a little bit of wall. Not a terrible thing to have happen to you at a track like this, as long as you don't lose it. Can get tight here in the middle of the turns and get you up into that wall on exit. Shepard tries to make his life a little rough here on the inside. He's going to come through, not quite clear. He rubs him on the front nose of the 48 there. 21 going to be clear on exit though. Alright, so we got Hollywood though, or Ed though here. I don't know why I said Hollywood though. That's crazy. Ed though here. Oh no, he's going to grab some wall and get down into the grass. Let's see if he comes up and becomes an issue. Oh, he does get tagged by the 4. I'm not sure who's driving that this evening. I think Portal Guy is already out. Oh, Jared did make it, and he tags one. I think that's going to be possibly a caution at the line. Don't know if they're going to call that one or not. Don't think they did. So the incident between Ed though and Jared not going to bring out the caution this time. This is your leader, and he passes the 19 there. And Typical looks like he is on a mission. He's a 17 of Motorsports fan. He's filling in for the G-Dog tonight. There is the 19 of Ed, and now Hollywood's now on pit road. So we'll see if he's playing a little bit of a short pit game here. Thinks it's going to stay green. And this has been quite the battle here. You can see that's Typical, and this is second place. And that Elvin, he's been right here with that 20. Maybe old Typical might be on a different level. And that 19, he is a lap down car. Possibly multiple laps down now. Just try to get that lap count. Unfortunately, our lap count is laps down. So it said 19 remaining in the stage. I'm not quite sure about that. So what I'm reading is inaccurate. But we'll figure it out. Appreciate everybody watching. Got 10 viewers in here right now. Talk it up. Who do you think's going to win? Typical has been a strong early favorite here in stage number 1, as he is already lapping cars out here this evening already. As I see 17 laps to go on the stream that I'm watching, but that driver is laps down. So I'm not sure how that works. I'm not sure if it's showing how many is for him or there actually is. So he gets one of his laps back though. Oh, it's laps for him, I think. Actually, maybe. I'm not sure. It's unfortunate if so. Travis, yeah. Well, oh, I think the 19 got into the wall and in front of the leader here. So we'll watch Travis here for a minute. He was out here battling. We'll see what he's got going on here. I don't know where he's running right now. He was right in front of the leaders there. He may have already pit. Because I think Typical went into the pits. Hollywood, who is already pit. We'll see how this plays out. Hamlin Nation is the leader at the moment. There goes Typical down pit road. Hamlin Nation, your leader, still out on track. Possibly seeing if that caution gets thrown, because he could have a few of these guys laps down. We've seen that happen at Richmond as a caution came out during the green flag pit stops. Hamlin Nation going to pit road now. He is still your leader for the moment. Hollywood, one of those short pitters. We'll see if he's the one who'll come around into the lead here. You see Elvin already on pit road as well. There's the 88 of Hollywood right here in front of Jonathan. As this comes back around right now, Henyo is your leader for the moment. So we'll see if he goes down pit road. There he goes now. So we'll see who comes back around as the leader. I'm starting to think Hollywood about has to come around and be the leader here. And as the field passes Henyo, nobody takes the lead yet. So we'll see when they come back around, somebody is going to have to take this lead. And Travis out here, he's running with a good pack. Hollywood, we'll see once they come back around this time, we'll see what it looks like. As I know he has already pit 4 around down on the apron of Jared coming out of pit road, I believe. The 2 of Typical comes back out in the lead. So what a sequence there for him, as he must be really far ahead here right now. As my stream guide says 8 laps to go. So 7 at the line, maybe, for Typical. Not quite sure who's in second. Hamlin Nation is in third. Hollywood might be looking at fourth. Elvin in second, possibly. That puts Typical coming out of 4 as they enter 3. So Typical has quite the lead on him here. So you're watching Typical here on board. 6 laps to go, possibly 5 to go at the line here in stage number 1. Typical looking to restart the streak that got broken at the end of Chicagoland last week, and as he'll see if he can get all the way to 9 straight stage wins, including 3 race wins, as he almost did that, barring a last lap fiasco at Chicagoland last week. Thanks to everybody who's watching. This is the Skew Car 200, the Ruthless Racing Pro Series at Iowa. And don't forget, on March 30th, we will have a diecast giveaway event. You're right, Skew Car. He does have to make up for all those road losses they're about to take. L. Rest in peace. He does have quite that advantage at the moment. Looking at 4 to go here in stage 1. Hamlin Nation in 3rd place right here behind Elvin Priest, who is in 2nd. I think Henyo might find himself in 3rd. I'm not sure if Jonathan's in 2nd here or if he's laps down. I do not have the running order up at the moment. That 9 car is up there just off typical. You can see it there. As we have 2 to go, 1 to go at the line here. There goes Typical coming around. And, okay, Stream was off a lap. Typical's going to be your stage 1 winner. 20 around coming to the line, through the line. Don't know how that finished up there at the end of that stage. A little bit of a problem, as we'll try to get a look at the final results if they come through. We can get a look at the top bunch, maybe. I don't think we will. Unfortunately, don't get to see who is at the top. Okay, so don't know who the top 5 is. Can't see them on the stream here. But anyways, Typical was your winner. And Hamlin Nation has some kind of issue there at the end of the stage. And don't know where that makes him finish. So did not get the stage results. Apologize, couldn't see them. Typical, Elvin, Hamlin Nation, Hollywood, and the 21 of Trap Nation. So we'll get on board with Trap Nation here and watch this restart, as he makes things interesting from time to time. And we'll see. Oh, Hollywood drops back instantly. And Trap Nation going to go up to the high side very early on. Leaders up here, door to door. Oh, we got a big one. That's going to be a big one back here amongst these fellas. That's going to bring out a caution. As I hate that you just can't switch to who you want to. As I'm sure we could have saw a little bit more carnage. But what a crash coming through there. Alright, so this caution brought to you by Skew Car. Alright, so stage 2 starts with a caution after an incident-free first stage. Appreciate everybody who watches. Remember, our diecast giveaway event on March 30th. As Typical is not your leader here. It would be One Fast Bean out on the lead for right now. He had a fast car over in that Pro-Am series Tuesday night as I raced against him. Oh, he's out here fighting hard amongst these leaders. He's been leading this race all race. He's getting pushed by that 20 car through these turns right now, as he almost think he doesn't have the car to be up here with these guys, but he's proven that he's going to be right there for him to fight with. It is a short track. You really can't drive through people, but you can give them a little bit of a bump. Here goes the 11. He's going to go up, completes the slide job. 51 gets the nose up, tucked up in there. 11 tries to go back down. 20 is there. He's going to not be clear. Connolly 3 wide coming out of 2. We are 3 wide coming down the back stretch. Hollywood takes a hard left down the front or back stretch there. 3 wide coming through 3 and 4. 17 comes up and makes it a party. 48 up there in the top 5 looking to put his nose somewhere. We line it out coming down to turn number 1 this time. A lot of guys choose to go to the bottom. What a lot of action we had there. A lot of guys go to the high side through these straights and dive it way down low for these turns. And that's a real rhythmic track here at Iowa. As we watched Bean, he raced with them hard. I'd love to be in the Fox booth. See Trav Nation there racing hard with Henyo. Trav Nation promised me a top 10 this week. So we'll see what happens. Oh, 48 takes a hard crash. Oh, 19 joins them. Both smashed the wall. I think we had a double brake failure there. Holy shit. What the hell? What was that? That was crazy. Like double. A Chevy and a Toyota both just ate crap there. Major Danica Patrick implications there for the 48 and the 19. All right, this caution brought to you by Skew Car Brakes. Use them at your own risk. Unfortunate. Well, we got to watch that one, and a double whammy at that. Yeah, Cody Ware vibes. All right. Elvin Priest going to be sitting on the pole here for this restart in stage number 2. Hopefully that got my stream up to the lead lap by now. 19 laps remaining in stage 2. As we'll look through the back to see what happens. Oh, another big crash back here. Henyo a part of that one as I seen. Oh, yeah. 22 around, 19 around of Ed, and that's going to be a game-initiated caution. As I knew coming out of that turn 2 was going to be a problem most of the evening. As I need to give my cat some water. Come on. You want YouTube to hear you get some water? Yep, I do have a cat. Unlike that poor cat that NASCAR killed at Auto Club. And if you don't know about that, don't look it up. Anyways. Another caution brought to you by Skew Car. Typical is going to be in third on this restart. Well, now it's California Speedway, I guess. Let's see how this one pans out. 20 goes way to the top. And 51 gets a good restart here. I almost think that was the plan to try to get the 3 lined up out here. Those 3 have been racing for it all evening. As we getting a little bit bunched up here, Jonathan, he had a fast car starting up in the top 5 tonight. 17 fill in there. I forget who it was again. You trying to catch something here. Yeah, Skew Car Blues Engine Motorsports is in the 17 tonight for G-Dog. Yeah, Skew Car Blues Engine 304 during testing. Jared in the 4 finds himself getting bumpy off the bottom there. Dunlap Finds himself out here in the back. Typical has dropped back to third now, working off the rear of Hamlin Nation. Going to force him to have to use that high side groove. 51 stays on the rhythmatic line. And 20 gets a little bit off the wall there, I think. But he's able to save it and not get into the door of the 2. Still right there on the outside. He's not going away as he gets that side draft every now and then, coming back off the exits. Bottom line's going to start reigning supreme, though, on him. I do a good job on Hamlin Nation here. He's holding tough, though, out there on that high side. He's got the slide job this time. He's going to be clear. It's going to force the 20 to draw back and race with the 48. 48's just going to fall in line. And these guys are going to get back in order. Elvin Priest, though, your leader now. He did win last week. Maybe he'll go on a streak of his own. Hollywood finds himself just outside the top 5 for now. Henyo got in that crash just a moment ago. Oh, we got a door in action here. So 11 might have deserved that one from the 22. All right. So got some action there. So this battle for the back, it's pretty good as well as that battle for the front. There is Hollywood on board with him now as he finds himself right outside the top 5. You can hear that engine as they try to roll these cars through there on the throttle back towards the exit, coming out towards the wall, riding that wall down into the turn and getting down to the line and rolling it, as you can hear it this time. Get a little bit of bump there for the 9. Let's see if Hollywood tries to make that a move. All right. Motorsports here, racing with Henyo. Portal guy unfortunately could not continue tonight. Typical finds himself in second, trying to work on the leader here. They find themselves out away from everyone else for the moment. Hamlin Nation and Shepard right there together for third and fourth position. Shepard, he's one of those guys to watch. He's been fast in qualifying all season long. And, you know, look for him to be there at the end of one of these races this year. Look for him to get that first Ruthless Racing Pro Series win. We'll get back up here. Battle for the lead gets tight, and Typical puts a little bit of a move on him, and he's going to clear him coming down the front stretch. Typical leaves that lap back to the lead. Typical up to the high side, maybe lost a little bit of concentration. We draw back even with the 51. Not going to be clear from the 2 this time. He's got the side draft. 51's not going to be clear off this corner as they get into each other a little bit. He's going to stay right there on him as we'll go over to the overhead view, see what the 51, maybe he thought better of it, didn't want to wreck the 2 there. And that's the end of stage number 2. As that was a good battle to the line between those 2. Typical gets it at the last second. As I think my guy was behind over here on the lap count. So my apologies, but we still got it. That was a stage 2 for, I think Typical got him. Once again, I can't see the top performers there. I know Shepard got 4th, Nomad got 5th. Let's see, you got Typical got Elvin by probably just a hair, and then Hamlin Nation in third. As we're getting ready to go into stage number 3 here at the SKU Car 200 from Iowa. This is your Ruthless Racing Pro Series on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. And the winner of stage 1 and 2 is Typical. See if he can restart that little streak of sweeping these races. Alright, so it's tight here as we start stage number 3, longest stage of the evening. As we'll see 2 pit stops out of this bunch, barring any cautions at some weird moments or whatever. As we're getting shaky. As we'll look back through the field off a nose or two and see if anything happens. We are getting 3 wide and shifty back there in the back. I think we just lost a dude. He just let out of the throttle. Jared there in the 4. Typical gets passed by 51. Going into turn 1, Typical takes it back. Coming through, Hamlin Nation looking to make it 3 wide. As we'll go over top, see what happens here out of this. Typical has to let out of it because the 51 dove it right down in there on his nose. And they are drawing back to single file as they come back to the line this time. Hamlin Nation grabs some wall going into this turn. Hollywood finds himself up on the high side all by himself. And as it is a tough battle for the lead right now. It's real good. Some real good racing. Elvin, though, he probably thought he had stage 2, and then Typical gets him there on the last lap. There's the 8 way down to the inside. I think he lines it out, gets a few people 3 wide. We'll see. Hollywood gets bumped, goes up to the high side off the 22's door. And we are in a sticky situation coming down into 3 and 4. I think everybody's able to keep it even. I believe the big loser was the 22, as we got some 3 wide racing going down into turn 1 here, right in front of Hollywood there in the 88. One Fast Bean, he finds himself in 4th position right now. Look at that battle behind him, as we got a lot of cars door to door. 8 got a little loose there earlier, we saw, but he finds himself back up here in the rhythm of things, as he is a winner, Daytona winner this year. Hollywood not having the car he might have wanted. That battle for the lead up there is nose to tail. Oh, somebody started going around off the seam, I believe. Hollywood just helped him through. Nothing he could have done there but just help him on around. Don't know if that'll bring out any caution. As yeah, that definitely was a seam incident there for the 11 coming off of 4. We'll see if they bring out the caution here. As I don't believe it will. I believe that's just going to be a 1-car turnaround and no yellow. So battle for the lead still looks like this. Elvin still out front, Typical in 2nd, Hamlin Nation in 3rd. This is how they looked coming all the way up to the last lap of stage number 2. Typical able to steal it by a nose and continue a new started streak. Let's see if he stays back to his. We'll see if he gets back to his old ways of winning 2 stages, losing a race, or if there's this new Typical we don't know about. And last week was just the fluke of losing that race at Chicagoland on the last lap shootout that we had in Chi-Town. All right. this battle back here for like 4th position now belongs to Shepherd. And yeah, these guys are fighting real hard. 4th and 5th position there. The battle for just the top 5 is good. The leaders, they lined up early off of the restart, and they found themselves out there to that lead that they enjoy now. Jonathan in the 9 battling hard with the 48 here. I enjoy everybody who's coming through and watching us this evening. Do not forget our special event on March 30th will be the diecast giveaway event. You just have to come in, be subscribed, and comment your full YouTube name during the Las Vegas race on the Thursday during the Ruthless Racing Pro Series. And yeah, and the following Tuesday that will be announced during the Pro-Am race who the 2 winners are, and you will get to make a choice of what diecast you want out of what we have available, and we will be posting a video around Wednesday next week. So around Wednesday next week we'll have the video out that shows all the diecasts that will be available to choose from if you were to win. And yeah, some of them are autographed. Even Tony Stewart autographed. I believe a Kyle Busch. Maybe even a Casey Kane one. So imagine that, huh? Honestly, if somebody, I won't have, I'll have Hollywood send it to me. If somebody wants me to sign their unautographed car, I will literally do that, and I'll pay for it. Fuck it. Oh, sorry. Yeah. You won't get my government signature though. Alright, so unfortunately, Portal guy, only one that's had some kind of engine failure. So this is the top 3. I will sign your baby, and I will sign you, baby. Now let that one marinate. Okay. Typical finds himself out to where he usually likes to be. I didn't want to use his name as a description. Typical of him to be in the lead, I guess. We'll watch second place Hamlin Nation, and that will be your top 3 right there. Is the 4th and 5th just come around. That's the 9 and the 48 of Jonathan and Shepherd, respectfully. 20 got a little loose coming off 4 there, but he's able to snap it back to attention. Alright. So the battle for second's heating up, while Typical finds that long run speed, and looks like... Oh, 20 gets up there and gets heavy damage off that lick on the wall. That's going to be unfortunate there for him, as these another late race issue there for the 20, as it gets him off the wall this time. And that's going to drop him to 3rd with pit stops looming just in the distance. As I'm not sure exactly where our laps are, as our guy is down some. Looks like we got around 45, 46 laps remaining. So we should be seeing a pit stop out of the leaders here very soon. There goes the 11 of Bean. 20 of Hamlin Nation goes now. Typical going to stay out there. He does like to stretch these runs out a little bit. That was Elvin that went down pit road, sorry. Hamlin has already went down. Shepherd Jonathan already down pit road now. Nomad coming off of pit road, along with the 19 down there. He's coming off pit road. Possibly all those guys as well. 21 of Travis is trying to get down in pit here. He comes in with Henyo. Now we're on board with Hollywood, who I believe's maybe looking to still have to pit. He's running with Nomad right now. I need to grab a drink. And Typical is your leader, who is on pit road at the moment. As we see some guys coming off now that was part of that group with Trav Nation. Looks like all those guys came through with no penalties. Typical out there in pit. His pit box right now, looking like at 42 remaining. Typical still our leader. Nobody took the lead from Typical through his whole pitting sequence here. He did not lose the lead, I don't believe. So good on Typical. He did not lose the lead, and that could be for position right here with the 9. Nope, Typical is... I'm not sure what this boy is on right now. As he pit and came out as the leader. He never lost it one time. So we'll see. So we'll stay on board with Typical right here. So we've got around 39 laps remaining. This is the SKU Car 200 Ruthless Racing Pro Series from Iowa. And you're right, that 2 is smoking the field. I think the 20 right there is battling him for second place. These are lapped cars they're trying to get around right now. We'll see how that works out for the 20. We'll stay right on here with Typical as I grab a drink. 38 laps remaining. SKU Car 200. Alright, we're back on board with Hamlin Nation as he sees Typical get around another lapped car and enlarging the gap between them. Another pit stop will be happening here in this race before it's all said and done. If anything like anyways, yeah. Melvin Priest, I think he finds himself kind of back the field here. Shepherd and the 9 were both in 4th and 5th when they went to go pit, possibly pitting penalties for them. Trav Nation, we're on board with him, and I'm not quite sure where he is running right now. Hollywood, another one I'm not quite sure about. Don't have it pulled up here. Motorsports though, filling in that 17, looks like he's had a good evening. For Jared, he's had it a little rough spots. He finds himself next to Trav Nation here. Oh, the 4 hits a little bit of something. Oh, he gets into the leader of Typical. He brings Typical around, and it's going to destroy the field, bring out a caution, and I don't know how that one's going to play out. I can't believe I caught that one. That destroyed Typical. He just went right around there in turn number 2, and they got him. It just happens that way sometimes. Unfortunate. Well, I'd say Typical. I'd say he is madder than a wet cat right now. Unfortunate. All right. This caution brought to you by SKU Car. This is SKU Car 200, Ruthless Racing Pro Series at Iowa, right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. And that's going to shake up the field big time as the 17 of Motorsports finds himself out here on the front row in first next to Hollywood. So I'd like to know what these guys did. Soggy Pickle, I like it. As do not believe that caution came out at a good time, as these guys, if it stays green, are going to have to do it again. They're going to have to pit again. 3 wide for the lead. Hollywood out on the outside takes the lead, going to lead this lap. Nomad way down to the inside. Nobody giving an inch. Going to stay 3 wide into 1 and 2. 17 washes up, avoids the tail end of the 88. Hollywood here once again jumps out to the lead. Not going to be clear on the low side this time through 3 and 4. He's going to have the 8 of Nomad down there on the low side. Hollywood going to stay up next to the wall, lead another lap here on this restart in stage number 3. Henyo is in the 22. David, thank you for joining us. 51 of Elvin finds himself way to the outside, looking at 3rd right now. Motorsports down on the inside and 17 slides up, gets into 4th position. Nomad working hard on the 88. All right, Trav Nation finds himself back here in a good-looking spot to get around some people. A lot of those guys maybe like the car. In the Pro-Ams. Hollywood leading some laps here after being mostly outside the top 5. And he's got Elvin up here working on him on the rear. All right, Hollywood still looking strong. Oh, he's going to grab some wall here. We'll see how this works out. It's going to bring it 3 wide with 8 of Nomad down the inside. 51's going to draw to the lead. Hollywood's working hard on the outside. Draws 3 wide again. Hamlin Nation, another strong car up front all evening. Finds himself up here in 3rd now. Hollywood trying to fight for his life up here in 2nd. He's got Hamlin Nation pushing hard down to the inside again. You can see Typical working himself back up the field, back behind the 22 and the 17 at this moment. Hollywood trying to draw back up to get the lead. He's working all by himself up there on the high side against 3 cars down on the bottom. We're going to draw 3 wide almost again. 20 runs up to the high side this time. Hollywood finally finds room to get down. I'm sorry, that was the 20. They kind of look alike. 20 gets back down to the low side. Hollywood's looking tough out there on the high side. May have found something up there in that groove in that 88 Chevrolet. As we got, I'll remember his name in a minute. Anyways, we got that 51 fighting hard to the inside of Elvin Priest. It is getting tight out here, especially up front. Look out throughout the field all the way through to the top 5. Hollywood draws back to the sole leading position. 51 works up, maybe sees something up there in that groove that he locked. 88 looking real strong up there. And the 20's now by himself. A lot of guys dive down to the low side. Typical now up into the top 5. Typical makes it 3 wide for 3rd place. Typical all the way down to the low side as he's working his way back up to the lead now. Hollywood's down on the low side now. He's allowed Hamlin and Elvin Priest to get up there in his groove. And Hollywood goes back to third now. Typical on the outside, running the outside groove. Hamlin Nation finds himself in the lead now. It's just another chance here for him to possibly get a win. Too many late race mistakes have been the deciding factor in his races this season. He'll stay on board with Typical, finds himself back up to third. He's won stage 1 and 2. All right, looks like we're lining out now. Oh, we got 17 to go, and someone's around in the front stretch. As I caught it on the stream. Oh, we got several around. 11 of Bean, 22 of Henyo. I think the 19 got a part of it. And we were at 17 laps remaining with a caution coming out. Once again, Typical just then got up there to the top 3 guys. And here we are with another caution. So we won't have any more green flag stops here in this race. As that caution eliminated any green flag stops. And if the trends of the race remain true, this is going to be a drag race. These last 14 laps or so between these 3 guys that you're seeing on your screen right now. Hamlin Nation, Elvin Priest, and Typical. Hamlin Nation going to start up front here for this restart. Hopefully the last restart. Burnout rule tonight here at Iowa. As the 20 takes off, Elvin Priest to the outside. Typical in third. Hollywood in fourth. Up on the high side, 17 of Motorsports filling in for G-Dog in fifth. All right, 51 jumps down to the inside early off the restart. 20, that high side has just had the advantage. We see these 3 guys fighting it out once again up front. Hollywood trying to stick his nose up in there as we got 13 remaining here in this one. Hamlin Nation right here leading late. Oh, I heard some contact back there. We'll see if that prompted any crashing. I don't think it did. I think everybody made it. Hamlin Nation leading on the low side. As he is running that rhythmic portion of the track here, as long as he stays on this line, I think he'll have the advantage out of the exits. As you can see, he doesn't quite go all the way up that line, as he just keeps them right on that passenger quarter panel coming off the exits here. He gets up into the wall. He's got to battle 2 of them now. Typical not going to make it easy going down into turn 3 and 4. A little bit of a bump from the 2, I do believe. 20 is going to hang on to it for now, though. Hamlin Nation trying to use every trick in the book right here to make sure he's able to get his first win here in the Ruthless Racing Pro Series, as we have now officially hit 10 to go here in the SKU Car 200 from Iowa. Waiting for another big one. I agree with you all. We got a tough battle up here. Typical getting blocked every which way from the 20 of Hamlin Nation. All right, so big battle here, door to door, 2 and the 20. They draw even. Typical is going to lead that lap. Not going to be clear to get down low. Hamlin Nation, I think he's going to be in trouble here. I think he's going to be in trouble against Typical here on that high side now. He got out of that rhythm whenever they got too wide behind him, and allowed Typical to get a little bit of an advantage on the momentum. We'll see if Hamlin Nation's able to get it done here, as we got 6 to go with the burnout rule. There's 6 to go. 5 to go at the line this time by. All right, 20 of Hamlin Nation looking strong on the inside. He's trying to hang on for everything to get this win. They're 3 wide behind them. Hollywood's trying to fight for that top 5 back there. They're getting loose back there behind them from 5th on back. Hamlin Nation loses the lead to Typical, though. And he's going to dive it in there. He's going to make sure he's got the low side. He wants the low side for his runs. Typical's going to have it on the high sides coming out of the corners. So we'll see. We'll see how this works out on the last lap, as we're down to 4 to go. They are door to door coming down through turn number 1. Typical gets down to the low side that time. He knew he had to take that low side away from the 20. Oh, 20 tries to go up, doesn't have the clearance, gets into him. Chastain Denny moment there. 51 shows a little bit of displeasure with that as it gives him a bump through 4. Typical is going to be able to run out ahead here for the moment. So we've got 2 remaining. There'll be 1 to go at the line here. With the burnout rule tonight, Typical is out there to a lead now. This will be the last lap. White flag presented by Skew Car here in the Skew Car 200 Ruthless Racing Pro Series from Iowa. Typical looking to win stage 1, 2, and the race as he comes through the backstretch for the final time, barring any issues. Tags a little bit of wall that time. Nobody's going to quite have it. No wall bangers tonight. The 2 comes out of 4 for the final time and takes the checkered flag here at Iowa. So congratulations to Typical tonight, as we'll see how he decides to do this here. Oh, maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't go for the burnout tonight. No burnout rule tonight? Okay, I wish they'd let me know that. But I think Elvin got Hamlin Nation right there at the very, very end. So there's your winner, Typical. Once again, see if he can keep it going once again. And we'll try to get those 3 guys in here. So hopefully Ed will scroll up for us to see if we can get everybody in here. Typical, your winner, Elvin Priest, still second at the last second. The margin between those 2 guys was 5 1/1000ths of a second. Hamlin gets 3rd, Nomad in 4th, Dunlap in 5th, Trav Nation, Hollywood Motorsports, and I'm sorry about the rest. Trav Nation, though, holy hell, getting us top 6, finishing ahead of Hollywood. So, yeah, let's go. Let's go get those guys in here. And you know what? I'm gonna add old Trav in here too, you know. Old boy came in here, got it done. All right, so we got everybody in here. I didn't even realize it. All right, so Hamlin Nation, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to interview you first for 3rd because you lost it by 5 1/1000ths of a second there at the end. I mean, heck of a race for you though. I was pulling for you. I just thought you had finally put the whole race together and avoided any late race mistakes. Uh, so what happened out there? Do you feel okay with third, or do you feel like you were definitely better than that?
Um, I'm torn. I mean, I I've been so close so many times. I mean, Richmond, I felt like I deserved, and then tonight, I mean, all I had to do was just stay in front for 4 more laps. I am so sick of losing. Like, I'm super hungry for a win, and I know that, you know, it's becoming to the point where I'd do anything for one. I mean, I thought that on the last run I was better than Ty a little bit, but I mean, it happens. Um, I I don't know, just not a lot of words, just torn.
Well, I thought you put together a heck of a race out there. Like you said, you were leading there late. Just needed to stay out front. I feel like you had the rhythm going until they got too wide behind you, and you tried to play two lanes. But nonetheless, you were strong. You held that two car. He was strong all night, and but good race out there. Just some more good points. I think stay in there. That win will come.
Thank you.
Yeah. Elvin, second place by the skin of his teeth, literally. Um, Lost a stage win in stage two by nearly the same margin against typical there. So kind of walk us through that, having that happen to you in stage two, and then being able to do it for an extra point there at the end.
Stage two, the car felt great. I'm gonna be honest with you. In stage two, my car felt like it was on rails, and then stage three and one, eh. But yeah, I felt like I had a really good chance for that stage win, and then, racing happens. It's all clean, it's all fun racing, just some aggressive racing out there.
I agree. Typical, once he got on those long runs, he seemed like he kind of was able to stretch away from everybody. You and Hamlin fought really tight most of the night. Do you feel like, in regards of your and Hamlin's car, do you feel like it was an accurate representation that you only beat him by that small a margin?
Um, yeah, I'd say our cars are pretty much about the same speed. Maybe I had him on the outside more than he could have it on the outside. I can run it better than him, if anything. But other than that, our cars I feel like we're equal, and maybe his is maybe a little bit faster on the bottom. That's about it.
Well, once again, I thought you even yourself thought you might have went back to back this
I was
week.
hoping.
A couple of times you looked like you could have done so. Uh, I thought maybe typical might have stepped back into his old ways, but not true so far. But nonetheless, congratulations on second.
Thanks.
Yeah. And then two, last but not least, typical the winner. Another dominating performance, taking both the first stages and then winning the race. So, you know, was this revenge for Chicagoland, or well, how'd you see it?
I wouldn't call it revenge. Obviously, I came into this race a little upset of how last week ended. I didn't mean to move Elvin out of the way in the second stage. Coming to the end, he was taking a higher arc than I was, and I was just basically going straight in, and our car just met in the middle, and I accidentally bumped him up. But yeah, it definitely wasn't revenge. Not for him, not on him.
Oh, certainly. I just meant revenge overall. You were going for that little streak, and then you kind of got to start it over. Is that what you're on? Is that your warpath?
I'm not even trying to. I'm just running the races the best I can, and if those streaks come, then I'm not gonna stop doing what I'm doing, man.
I hear you, man. Um, yeah. So you got anything you want to say? Just free Mike.
Um, Hamilton, you know your win's gonna come. You could have walled me if you wanted to on the end there instead of racing me clean. I mean, but instead you raced me clean. So just be patient with your car in the races, and eventually it end up coming out your way.
I agree. I couldn't have said it better myself. Their patience is a virtue when you're out on the racetrack, and you know, one race will come completely together, and you'll get your win. But yeah, typical. Once again, congratulations. It's your third win this year, and we'll see if you're able to tie or even break last year's record eventually.
It'd be hard to do. There's a lot more competition in here that, I got to be smarter, more consistent, and all that. And, a lot of these wins, it's because I put a lot of time and work into my car week in and week out. So it's hard to be someone that does it every week. But
It's understandable. And next week we're taking on New Hampshire. I feel like you're heavily favored at a track like that as well. So looking to go back to back.
oh yeah, absolutely. I love short tracks.
There you have it from the man himself. Typical winner here from the Skew Car 200 Ruthless Racing Pro Series at Iowa. Congratulations, Typical.
Thanks, man.
Yep. And I think Hollywood bounced in here. Did you have something to say? I'm going to take that as a no.
I guess not.
I guess he doesn't. Unless you're muted. No?
I say for him. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We really support you guys tuning into the streams and supporting the channel.
Yeah. I could have said it probably as good as he did. I don't know. But yeah, y'all don't forget next week, Tuesday, New Hampshire Pro-Am Series. Following week. Hold on. Do we have a Hollywood? It sounds like you're trying to tune in from Mars or something, bro.
Can you hear me or not?
Now we
No?
can.
We can now.
Alright, I just wanted to say that I don't know if the schedule's out there posted or anything. I had a gaffe on the schedule, so you kind of brought it up, but we are running New Hampshire next week. It's not going to be an off week.
Yeah.
And then Las Vegas is the next week after that, and we're doing the diecast giveaway on the Thursday of that week. So
Yeah.
make sure to tune in for that. Thanks for everybody that watched tonight, and thank you, Stu, for doing the broadcast, and that's all I got.
Yeah, no problem. Like he said, March 30th, get there, live stream, comment your full YouTube username, make sure you're subscribed, and you'll be entered to be in one of two spots to win a diecast. Video will be coming out possibly next Wednesday with all the information in the cars that you will be able to choose from. As always, thank you from the Ruthless Racing crew. This has been Ruthless Racing Pro Series from Iowa. Congratulations, Typical. Everybody have a great and wonderful weekend. And Hollywood will catch you all Tuesday for Pro-Am in New Hampshire.